Hello students, today we will see the preparation and properties of dinitrogen or nitrogen. So you know group 15 elements are nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony and bismuth, and nitrogen is the first member of group 15 elements. So let us see the preparation and properties of dinitrogen. So this dinitrogen or nitrogen that can be represented as N2 since it is a diatomic molecule. So let us see the preparation methods, how dinitrogen is prepared. First method is the commercial method of preparation. Commercially, nitrogen can be produced by using fractional distillation of liquid air. So liquid air on fractional distillation, we will get liquid nitrogen. So liquid nitrogen distills out first since its boiling point is 77.2 Kelvin, and leaving behind liquid oxygen, which is having boiling point 90 Kelvin. So the boiling point of liquid nitrogen, that is 77, which is less than the boiling point of liquid oxygen. So it comes out first. We know that fractional distillation method can be used for the separation of different components from a mixture. Here liquid air on fractional distillation, liquid nitrogen distills out first since its boiling point is less, that is 77.2 Kelvin, but liquid oxygen that is having boiling point 90 Kelvin. So liquid nitrogen will distills out first. So this is the first method or the commercial method for the preparation of dinitrogen. Then the next method is lab preparation or laboratory preparation. How does nitrogen is prepared in the laboratory? So in laboratory, the first method is the reaction between ammonium chloride and sodium nitrite. So ammonium chloride and sodium nitrite. So these aqueous solutions are react together and form nitrogen as the main product. Here NaCl is eliminated as a byproduct. Then N and N. So these two nitrogen atoms come out as N2, and then the rest will be hydrogen and oxygen. So maximum number of water molecules will be eliminated. Here 4 hydrogen atoms are here and 2 oxygen atoms, so it will be 2H2O. So NaCl and H2O are the byproducts. N2 is the main product. So this is the laboratory preparation of nitrogen gas. Then the next laboratory method is thermal decomposition of ammonium dichromate. So the formula of ammonium dichromate is NH4 twice Cr2O7. So Cr2O7, this is having valency 2 and ammonium has valency 1. So the formula will be NH4 twice Cr2O7. So on thermal decomposition, ammonium dichromate forms N2. Nitrogen gas will be formed as the main product, and the rest of the byproducts are, or the rest of the compounds are, we can see hydrogen and oxygen are here, and we can eliminate maximum number of water molecules since 8 hydrogen atoms are there. So we can eliminate 4 H2O, and the rest of the compound or rest of the group will be Cr2 Cr2O3. So Cr2O3 will be the byproduct. So we can eliminate maximum number of water molecules from this compound, and nitrogen is the main product, and we can easily write this equation, that is thermal decomposition of ammonium dichromate. So the next method is, it's also a laboratory preparation method, but it is used for the preparation of very pure nitrogen. So very pure nitrogen can be prepared by the thermal decomposition of very pure nitrogen can be prepared by thermal decomposition of barium acid or sodium acid. So barium acid and sodium acid, on thermal decomposition we will get very pure nitrogen. So what is barium acid? Barium acid is N3. So N3 is acid. So the valency of barium is 2, so it will be BaN3 twice. So on thermal decomposition we will get barium and nitrogen. So we need to balance this equation. So it will be 3N2. So nitrogen can be prepared by using thermal decomposition of barium acid. So in the same way we can use sodium acid, NaN3. So sodium is having valency 1, so it will be NaN3 itself. And on thermal decomposition we will get sodium and nitrogen. So sodium and nitrogen gas. Here we need to balance this equation. So it will be 2NaN3, that gives 2Na plus 3N2. So by this method, or by thermal decomposition of barium acid or sodium acid, we will get nitrogen gas, which is in the very pure form. So very pure nitrogen can be prepared by using thermal decomposition of barium acid or sodium acid. So these are the preparation methods. Now let us see the physical properties of nitrogen. So the physical properties of nitrogen. So first one is, it is a colorless, odorless, tasteless, non-toxic gas. So it's a colorless, odorless, tasteless and non-toxic gas. So it is having it form two stable isotopes N14 and N15. So you know what are isotopes? Same atomic number but different mass number. So 14 and 15. So N14 and N15 are the two stable isotopes of nitrogen. Then the third point is, it is having low solubility in water. It is having low solubility in water. Then the fourth point is, it is having low melting point and boiling point. So these are the physical properties of nitrogen. So it's a colorless, odorless, tasteless and non-toxic gas. It forms two stable isotopes N14 and N15. Then it is having low solubility in water. Then it is having low melting point and boiling point. So these are the physical properties of nitrogen. So let us see the chemical properties of nitrogen. What are the chemical properties of nitrogen? So you know nitrogen is an inert gas. It is an inert gas, or we can say it is less reactive. It is less reactive at room temperature, since it's an inert gas. It is less reactive at room temperature. We have studied the reason, since it is having N triple bond N. It exists as N2 and it is having a triple bond between nitrogen atoms, and it's a strong bond. So more energy is needed to break the bond. That means it is having high bond dissociation enthalpy. So high bond dissociation enthalpy is needed to break this bond. So it is less reactive at room temperature. But in the case of if you are giving more temperature or at high temperature, nitrogen will be reactive with some metals and non-metals, non-metals. So with some metals, at high temperature, it produces ionic nitrides. With some non-metals, it gives covalent nitrides. So nitrogen is an inert gas, or it is less reactive at room temperature. But at high temperature, it reacts with some metals and form ionic nitrides. With some non-metals, it form covalent nitrides. So let us see the reaction between nitrogen and some metals. So nitrogen plus metals like lithium and magnesium. So lithium and magnesium, we will get some ionic nitrides. So lithium nitride and magnesium nitride will be formed. So lithium nitride. So the valency of nitrogen is, it will be 3. So it will be Li3. Lithium, it is having valency 1. So it is Li3N. In the case of magnesium nitride, so nitrogen will be having valency 3 and magnesium, that is from the second group, so it is having valency 2. So it will be Mg3N2. So these are the ionic nitrides formed in this case. So let us balance this equation. So it will be 6 Li, 2 Li3N. Here it will be N2 plus 3 Mg. So this is the chemical equation between the reaction between nitrogen and some metals like lithium and magnesium. It forms ionic nitrides. So in the case of non-metals and nitrogen will react together and form covalent nitrides. So let us see some examples. In this case, we can take nitrogen and a non-metal hydrogen. So nitrogen and hydrogen reacts together to form ammonia, NH3. This is ammonia. So it's a covalent nitride. So N2 plus 3H2 gives 2NH3. It's a reversible reaction and a catalyst is needed in this case, and we will study the reaction or the preparation of ammonia later. So in this case, about 700 Kelvin or 777 Kelvin is needed for this reaction. So at this temperature, nitrogen reacts with the non-metal hydrogen to produce ammonia. Then another reaction is N2 plus O2. It's also a reversible reaction. This will happen at 2000 Kelvin. At high temperature like 2000 Kelvin, it produces nitric oxide. It produces nitric oxide. So in these two cases, it formed covalent nitrides. So these are covalent nitrides. So nitrogen and nonmetals react together to form covalent nitrides. But in the case of metals and nitrogen, it form ionic nitrides. So nitrogen is a less reactive element, or it is less reactive at room temperature, but at high temperature this reacts with some metals and some non-metals. Now let us see the uses of nitrogen. So first one is it is used to manufacture chemicals like ammonia, NH3, ammonia, and calcium cyanamide. So it's a fertilizer. So it can be used to prepare ammonia and calcium cyanamide. Then the next one is it gives an inert atmosphere. It gives an inert atmosphere for some reactions. So it gives an inert atmosphere for some reactions. And liquid nitrogen, if it is liquid in nature, liquid nitrogen can be used as a refrigerant, to preserve biological specimens, some food items, etc. And also can be used in cryosurgery. It is used in cryosurgery. So these are the important uses of nitrogen. So this is about dinitrogen.